6 worlds, 6 nightmares, one breath to survive them all. From giant-eating fascist parables to cursed fists and devil dogs, these aren't just anime. They're full-blown collapses of civilization, morality, and the self. Today, we're unpacking 6 iconic stories that drop you straight into the pit and dare you to climb out. This isn't a beginner's guide. It's a high-speed descent into blood, grief, power, and why people keep watching it all burn. Let's break down 6 anime in minutes. Don't forget to subscribe if you like your storytelling dark, sharp, and slightly unhinged. Number 1, Attack on Titan. The walls weren't protection. They were denial. For 100 years, humanity lived behind stone and silence, pretending the world hadn't ended. Then, one quiet morning, the sky cracked open, and a smiling, skinless god stepped through it. This is Attack on Titan, a war story disguised as a survival horror. At first, it's man versus monster, massive humanoids called titans that devour humans and leave cities in ruin. But the deeper it goes, the more the enemy wears a human face. Armies clash, ideologies rot, and the line between hero and war criminal blurs into nothing. The story follows Eren Yeager, a kid with a rage that could burn empires. After witnessing his mother's death, he vows to kill every last titan. What begins as revenge spirals into revolution, and eventually annihilation. As the secrets unfold, titans are no longer alien horrors. They're weapons. History turns out to be written in lies, genocide, and blood-soaked revenge cycles. Nations rise and fall like waves. Morality doesn't survive. Just people, broken, stubborn, and terrifyingly human. By the final arc, it's not about saving the world. It's about choosing which version of it you're willing to destroy. And in the end, every survivor walks away a villain in someone else's story. Number 2, Jujutsu Kaisen death is natural, but in Jujutsu Kaisen it festers. This world runs on fear. Every drop of pain, trauma, and hatred you bury, it grows teeth. The result? Cursed spirits. Monsters born from humanity's worst emotions. They're not just dangerous. They're proof that suffering is never quiet. Enter Yuji Itadori, a kind-hearted delinquent who eats a cursed finger on impulse and becomes the unwilling host of Sukuna, a legendary demon so vile, his name alone kills the mood. Now Yuji's stuck. If he dies, the world's safe. If he lives, it might burn. Naturally, he chooses to fight. He joins Tokyo Jujutsu High, a secret institution that trains sorcerers to exorcise curses. His team, a quiet sadist with shadow dogs, a hammer-wielding feminist with rage issues, and a blindfolded teacher who could solo the apocalypse for fun. Together, they navigate blood-soaked missions and political backstabbing, while stronger curses plot a new age of extinction. But here's the twist. Curses aren't just monsters. They're commentary on grief, abuse, isolation. They reflect back everything society hides. And the longer you stare, the more you wonder who's really cursed. The monsters or the humans chasing them. Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't promise survival, just that if you die with meaning. Or at least, style. Number 3, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. Beauty dies fast in this world. Demon Slayer opens with silence. Snow falling, a boy returning home, and the stench of blood waiting for him. Tanjiro Kamado's family is slaughtered. His sister Nezuko survives, but as a demon. And just like that, kindness becomes a weapon. This is a Japan twisted by myth. Demons roam the night, feeding on humans and healing from any wound short of sunlight or a sword to the neck. The only defense? The Demon Slayer Corps, an unofficial army of grief-fueled warriors mastering breathing techniques that turn blades into poetry. Tanjiro joins them, not to kill, but to cure. His mission isn't revenge, it's salvation. Even as he decapitates monsters, he looks into their eyes and sees the humans they once were. That empathy, in a world built on tragedy, becomes his sharpest edge. But make no mistake, Demon Slayer is ruthless. Battles end in torn limbs, burned lungs, and siblings crying through severed heads. The Upper Moons especially are demons with backstories that hit harder than their claws. Every victory comes at a cost, sometimes a limb, sometimes a life. At the center of it all sits Muzan Kibutsuji, a demon in a fedora with the ego of a god and the soul of a virus. He created this hell, and Tanjiro, he plans to end it, one swing at a time. Because in this world, the line between demon and human is thinner than a blade's edge, and mercy cuts just as deep. Number 4. Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood. It starts with a mistake. Two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, try to resurrect their dead mother using alchemy, the science of transforming matter. The price? Al loses his entire body. Ed loses his leg, then his arm, just to bind his brother's soul to a suit of armor. One broken law, and they're shattered. This is Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, a journey across a war-torn nation where science is divine and playing God gets you killed, or worse, used. Alchemy follows one rule: equivalent exchange. To gain something, something of equal value must be lost. But that logic collapses fast when the brothers uncover a conspiracy beneath their country. A human sacrifice engine, centuries in the making, run by a godless homunculus and fueled by war. The Elrics join the military, not to serve, but to search. They hunt down the Philosopher's Stone, a power that breaks the rules of alchemy and morality alike. Along the way, they meet soldiers burdened by genocide, chimerae fused from loved ones, and villains who wear human sin-like skin. Literally. The homunculi are named for it: lust, envy, wrath, and worse. But this story isn't just darkness. It's defiance. Brotherhood is about owning your sins, not erasing them. About standing up to power with nothing but logic, pain, and grit. In the end, alchemy isn't the answer. Sacrifice is. And sometimes, to reclaim your soul, you have to stop trying to play God and start being human again. Number 5. Tokyo Ghoul. Number 6. Chainsaw Man Denji just wanted toast. In Chainsaw Man, the apocalypse doesn't start with a bang. It starts with debt. Denji's a teenage orphan working for the Yakuza, selling organs and killing devils to pay off what his dead father left behind. He sleeps in a shed, eats garbage, dreams of jam on bread, and dies in the first episode. But death's a technicality. His pet devil, Pochita, half dog, half chainsaw, fuses with his heart and resurrects him as something new, something loud, something horrifying. Denji becomes Chainsaw Man, a devil hunter who is also a devil, and now everyone wants a piece of him. Devils, the government, even God maybe. He's taken in by the Public Safety Bureau, a barely legal death squad led by Makima, a woman who sees Denji as a dog to be trained or put down. This is a world where devils are born from fear. Gun devil, bomb devil, eternity, darkness. The more the world fears something, the stronger it becomes. So what does that make Chainsaw Man? A hero? A devil? Or the embodiment of something even worse? But under the blood and chainsaws, there's tragedy. Denji doesn't want power. He wants affection, a hug, a meal, someone to care if he lives. And every time he gets close, the world rips it away with teeth. Chainsaw Man isn't a power fantasy. It's a funeral procession for innocence, set to the sound of a chainsaw revving in the dark. 6 anime, 6 spirals into madness, pain, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, there's meaning buried beneath the violence. Each of these stories starts with a fracture, a loss, a death, a betrayal. But they don't end with healing. They end with transformation. The boy becomes a soldier, the hunter becomes the hunted. The monster learns to love, or worse, doesn't. What ties them together isn't just the blood or the battles. It's the way they force their characters to choose between survival and self, vengeance and mercy, truth and comfort, and how those choices echo long after the final episode. So which of these worlds would you survive? Which one would break you? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Nonagon for more epic anime breakdowns. The beauty, the brutality, and the stories that cut deep.